This is Dennis with Builder Resources and BuilderAcademy.com. Thanks for tuning into this podcast. The actual page on the Builders Resources website that this podcast comes from contains many links to other pages within the site. If you'd like to explore any topic in greater depth, please go to the page on the website to follow the links. In this session, let's talk about swatting your way to success. SWOT analysis, and that's SWOT, is a very powerful decision-making and planning tool that you must have in your management arsenal, and you must use in your planning process. The acronym SWOT stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. The application of this tool to your business provides a comprehensive look at where your business stands in relation to your market and your competitors, and the effect of the expected external economic conditions on your business. When properly conducted, this analytical tool will produce a number of initiatives for the coming period which will allow you to maximize strengths, minimize or eliminate weaknesses, identify market opportunities, and recognize and mitigate multiple threats. On the page on the website, there are a number of steps that are indicated for the SWOT analysis. I'll be going through those in later podcasts, but you may want to check that out on the page. Let's talk a little bit about the general application of the SWOT analysis. Many companies will have a third party facilitate the SWOT analysis because of the sensitive nature of some of the areas of inquiry. If you decide to keep the conduct of the analysis in-house, at the very least the survey documents should be distributed, collected, and collated by non-management personnel, and the responses must be kept anonymous. If useful information is to be generated, there should be no concern on the part of the participants that rankings regarding management competence or other sensitive subjects will endanger their careers with your company. Management should also make a clear statement that truthful responses are sought and expected, and that the usefulness of this exercise is compromised if such is not the case. I would have no more than 10 participants in the brainstorming session. More than that, and the process becomes unwieldy. If you feel that you would like to have more than that number involved in the process, I would suggest running sub-sessions which would then send representatives up to the main session. The second alternative is to run brainstorming sessions in specific disciplines such as marketing, finance, production, and so on. Each of these sub-sessions would then generate a version of SWOT for the main session. You could also use a new technique called brain writing, which may be a better alternative to brainstorming if you have very strong personalities that tend to dominate meetings. You can read about that on the website as well. Some cautionary comments regarding using the information developed. In most cases, the SWOT analysis will produce a number of exciting challenges and opportunities for the business. You must realize that you cannot take advantage of all of the changes or opportunities which you've developed. Your task as a manager is to prioritize the opportunities with which you have been presented. You're going to be looking for opportunities with the largest cost-benefit ratios. In other words, the biggest bang for the buck. And you are going to have to pick a number of opportunities that you can actually handle. In my experience, first-time SWOT users should probably choose no more than 6 initiatives. Depending on the degree of time and resource commitment, this would be a reasonable number of initiatives to plan, deploy, execute, and follow up in 1 year. If you are able to fully execute all initiatives during the year and would like to add another, just go back to your list and select the next opportunity in line. In terms of company morale and the future buy-in of your key personnel, it is important that you successfully execute all the initiatives you select. In the beginning especially, it is better to select less demanding initiatives and see them through to success than it is to select a world-changing initiative and be unable to accomplish the goal in the time allowed. Be certain that when you take on an initiative, you and your team have fully considered the financial and management resources which must be allocated to the accomplishment of that goal. Buy-in on the part of your personnel will be much higher if they can envision the change as doable with current levels of finances and management, and not as something which will only be accomplished by superhuman effort and sacrificial measures. Once you have used the SWOT analysis process to select the initiatives which you intend to pursue in the coming year, reduce the initiatives to writing, using the initiatives summary form which is shown on the web page. Describe the initiative carefully and provide metrics that can be measured. The initiative is not increase sales, but increase sales by $2 million, or even better, increase sales by $2 million by addressing the age-in-place market. The manager owning this initiative is selected. The steps in accomplishing this initiative are then described, and the party responsible for each step of the initiative is determined. By the way, the Asana Project Management Program is a great platform to use in laying out these initiatives and the subtasks involved in doing each. As the owner of the company, it is important that you demonstrate total buy-in to the planning and implementation process. Especially in companies which have not gone through this process before, your managers and staff will be taking their cue from you as to how they will view the process. If you are not actively pursuing the goals established in the SWOT analysis, they will follow your lead. I recommend spending at least one meeting or a part of a meeting every month to specifically address the progress of the goals established. Hold accountable the managers responsible for the progress of the initiative to make sure they are meeting the milestones, and gather information about upcoming milestones. It is good management training for them and good practice for you. To learn more about how to conduct the SWOT analysis, go on now to steps 1, 2, and 3 available in podcasts on the website.